Sue Boo bringing crafting to you, and today we're going to make this lovely little chocolate box. I've used the Boho indigo medley to create, because you get the stamp set and die set in it and the ribbon, so it is a chocolate book. So we've got some nice chocolate in there, and then it ties up with the ribbon. There we go, and you can put a nice bow on the side, and then you can cut the ribbon when you're finished to finish it off. But that is my chocolate box. So I'm going to show you how to make that. So first of all, we need a piece of card that measures 5 5/8 by 3 5/8, and we're going to score on each side at 3/8 and 7/8. So I'm going to do 3/8, just get that in there, 3/8 and 7/8. Yes, round 2. It is, and again, so that's 3/8 and 7/8. Now I made this, I've just recently done a team retreat, and this is what my team made. Have I done that right? 7/8. Yeah. So that's 3/8 and 7/8. So one more to go. 3/8 and 7/8. Okay. So this is going to make our box for the chocolate to sit in our book. So what I'm going to do is cut up the score line, then I'm going to wedge the top one just to that first score line. Then I'm going to go back in and wedge down this side. Then I'm going to go in and wedge straight away at the other side, and then cut the flap off. So this will leave me a flap. Then going to turn it and wedge in only at the top. So I'm wedging in at the top and leaving, do not cut down because you cut your flap off. Then I'm going to wedge again, cut down the score line. I'm then going to wedge in all the way down, wedge in all the way down to that score line there, and then cut the top off, and that will leave you another tab. Rotate it again and cut at an angle down as far as that first score line. So this leaves you again a wedge, and then I'm going to wedge the top part, then go down the score line to that second score line. Then I'm going to wedge and wedge again, and then cut off that top bit and turn it, and then I'm going to wedge in there only to the first score line, wedge to the first score line, then cut down the score line to that second score line, and then I'm going to wedge in that side. Then I can wedge all the way down on this side to the second score line, then cut that bit off, spin it around, and then all we've got to do is just wedge that one. Okay, so that's what we'll end up with. So I like to do my boxes in a windmill shape. Find that very easy to do. And this is where I thought I got everything ready, and I'd forgotten my bone folder. So I'm just going to clear my mess up out of my way, and then I'm going to burnish all my score lines now to make them nice and crisp. So, okay, and on all 4 sides. So I'm doing the bottom bit and then the tab bit, and then turn it around, do that and that. Now, it wasn't until I opened my book that I did on the retreat, and I realised I put my decorations on the wrong side of my box, but won't do that in this video. I'll get it right. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm using, you can use wet glue, I'm using strong tape, and I'm just going to place it just under that score line. So I'll pick that up and show you. It's my standard way of making boxes. So put your tape just under that score line on each of your tabs. So that goes under there. There. And then cut it off and then spin around to do it on the next one. So you've done all 4 sides. Okay, so that, and then the last one. There we go. And cut that off. And then turn it over, and then we're going to put the tape, and this time not near the score line, we're going to stick it as close to the edge as we can. Okay, so close to that edge, there we go, and cut off. So I'll just show you that. So we've got it close to this edge now, so we're putting it there. So I'm going to repeat this on all 4 of your edges. Okay, so there we go, and then the next one, and then the last one. This way, when you do it with some permanent tape like this, your box will be ready straight away. You don't have to wait. Now just burnish down so that adheres it to the card, and it helps you to take off your release tape easier. So I'm just making sure that they're all done. And then I usually just get my pokey tool and just lift off all your release tapes. As I say, if you have burnished that down well, then that should come off easy. Saying that, it's playing me up today. Okay, there we go. And it tends to be static and stick to you. Now what I tend to do is, because you've got a longer piece of your tab, I just tend to put some glue where it's I haven't put the tape. So I bend it in and move my card to adhere it so that my corners is nice and neat. Okay, so again, I put some glue on the part that's not got any tape, bend it in, pull that up to the end, and there's your corner. And do this again with this one. And what I forgot to do this time that we did on the retreat, because it's easier to do it when it's flat, and I forgot, is to stick our piece of designer series paper. But you can still do it when you do this, that's not a problem. Okay, so we've got all 4 sides done, and then I'm going to take the release tape off one at a time, and you just fold that in, and then just go over with your bone folder to make a nice crisp edge. And again, gonna take that off, nice crisp edge, and then next one. So these don't take long to make, they're quite quick to make, and a nice gift to take to a friend, or as a teacher gift, or a birthday gift. So if there's a particular bar of chocolate that you would like to make these one for, and you want the measurements, just message me and I'm happy to take requests. The other day I made a box at somebody's request. They want to know how to do that. I'm quite happy to do that. If there's something that you see that you'd like, if I can, I will have a go. Right, now this piece that I'm putting in here now for the base, so you just want a piece of DSP. This is the new pale papaya, and I've just got this old DSP that I thought went really well with it. Now that is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4, okay, and that is what fits your chocolate bar in. So I forgot to bring another one in, so I'll get that one, and that fits your chocolate bar in. Now you don't want it to be too tight, else it will be difficult for people to get out. So that just fits it nicely, so it's got room to move. Okay, now we have got our folder bit. So I'm bringing back in my trimmer, and we're going to score this. This piece measures 4 13/16. So if you put it at 4 3/4 and you just take it back one little mark, 4 3/4, and push it on one little mark, that will give you the 4 13/16. Then you need it to be by 4 3/16. So if you've got your 4, you can go to 4 1/4 and then just pull it back for your 3/16. So that's what you need. Then you're going to turn it on the lengthways like this, and we're going to score that at 2 1/8. So we want 2 1/8. So we're just going to score that 2 1/8. And then we're going to rotate that to 180 and score again at 2 1/8. Okay, so just move that out of the way. Now what we do need to do is to round our corners. So before we do anything else, we're just going to round all 4 corners with our trio punch. Let me put it right way for me. Okay, so just push that all the way in and then just round the corners on each of those. There we go. So all 4 corners now rounded. Move that out of the way. We can then fold and burnish the 2 score lines that we've got. So we've folded and scored them. Now we're going to place the DSP, and the DSP is 2 inches by 4 1/16. So you want your 4 inches and move it one little mark on, 4 inches and move it that one little mark on, and that's your 4 1/16 by 2. You want 2 of those pieces, and we're going to round them. So just make sure you find out which way you want. So I need to do these 2 sides for that. So I will pop that on first. No, I'm not. What am I doing? I need my ribbon. I nearly did it, but I don't for this piece. Now this is 1/2 inch by the 4 1/8. So this is for your spine, and we're just going to stick that on the spine. And the reason I've not stuck the other piece on is that we need to put our piece of ribbon on first. So I nearly did it without, so just get that right. And this one will fit on this side, so we want to round the corners on here. So I'm going to round it that way this time, so that it will go on there. So So there's lots of lovely DSP. You can do it with foil DSP, you can do it with just normal DSP, anything you like really. So as I say, I just am trying to use up some old DSP, and I just thought that this gold, as I say, went really nicely with the colour, so I thought I'll just use this up. But I've done it again, haven't I? He's shouting at me, don't do that, you need to put your piece of tear and tape on first. Okay, so go back, don't stick that down. I'm going to stick in the middle a piece of tear and tape equally on both sides. So I'm putting it there and there. That's going to be on both sides. Then I'm going to get a piece of the gold ribbon that's in the Boho Indigo, and I'm going to fold this in half and make sure that I've got plenty of ribbon to wrap round and tie my bow. So I think this is roughly about 14 inches, 14.5 inches roughly. So I seem to have misplaced my scissors. These are not sharp, so I need to find my scissors in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do now is peel off the tear and tape on one side only first. Get your ribbon so that it's equal distance, making sure that you put this in the right place, and you're getting equal distance of your ribbon in the box position. Now it's easier if you put your box already in there to start with, and that will hold it in position for you. So I'm getting these two level, pulling that so that it's level, and then I can stick my ribbon down there while it's in the folded position. Then going to turn it over and stick the other part of the ribbon on there. So it's in the box fold position I've got there. So that now, when it opens up, it's got that little bit of leeway there. That's why I've stuck the DSP underneath, so it doesn't buckle your DSP. But now we're going to stick this DSP on top. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I've got some on my ribbon and make sure it's down the side of it, and then I'm going to put it all on my DSP. Okay, so it's safe now to stick that down. I'm going to position that so that there's an equal increment all the way down. So I can now take this out while I'm doing this to make it easier for myself, so that I can position it so that it's got equal increment all the way round. Okay, so I'm just going to flatten that down, and then I can put the back part on as well. So again, I'm going to put it on the ribbon and above the ribbon and below the ribbon, and then on my DSP. Okay, and then just put that in position, getting an equal increment all the way round. Make sure you've got that in position where you want it, and then just slide that down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue the box, so make sure you've got your front going to the right hand side. We're going to open up, and then we're going to glue all down the back here. So this will glue our box on. Now we're just going to make sure that when we glue this down, we're putting it right up against the score line, but we're making sure that we've got equal increment at top and bottom. So just undo again and just be having a look at making sure that you've got an equal increment all the way round. Okay, so I've got an equal increment all the way round now, and we don't glue on that part, we just close it like that. So then the chocolate fits nicely in there, and then we can tie our bow. So just tie our bow. Right, now I've got to make sure this time that I do the chocolate the right way. Yes, that's the right way. So I can mess with my bow later because I will be undoing it again, but I'll just push that out of the way. Now for the top, I'm getting a piece of scrap of the same card, which is the pale papaya, or whatever you're calling it. And we're going to use the middle vase from the Boho Indigo. I just am loving this set. It's sadly retiring, so it's something that I will continue to use in the future because it is just such a lovely set. So I'm just going to pop this down like that, and I meant to put my stamping mat underneath it. Yes, I didn't stamp all the way properly. Okay, so I will do that again. So I'm going to turn it over and just make sure I've got plenty on there, and then press down. Oops, I'm out of camera shot. Press down. And that, as you can see, is the difference. When I did it without the stamping mat, it didn't quite get the middle. When I've used my stamping mat, it's got everything. Okay, so just going to clean up my vase. You can, any vase one you've got. In fact, you could use a plant pot. That would be something else you could do, or butterflies. I'm just really, as I say, loving the Boho Indigo, and I just think it's a great set, very versatile to use for all sorts of things. So I'm going to, as I say, I'll be continuing using this because it's such a beautiful set. And there isn't anything in the new catalogue like it. So if you like what you see, what I'm using, you need to buy it. Okay, so I mistakenly didn't get the in colours. I got the old colours. So the closest that I've got is an old colour, and this is called Grapefruit Grove. So this is the closest thing that I have got to this new in colour, and it works quite well with it. So I'm happy to use that. There we go. So it looks nice with it. Right, just clean that stamp up. And now I'm going to use my mini to cut these out. So I need the one for the flowers. Right, that's it. That one for the flowers, and that one for the vase. So I'm going to just place that on my mini. See if I can do that without moving it. Move my stamp out of the way, and I put this on. Oh, you see, that's what happens when you don't do it down. So I'll just put those back in place again. Okay. There. Just place that on top. And then take it through my mini. There we go. Now, what I want you to do with your vase, I want you to just get your fingers and I want you to round your vase. So we're going to round the vase just with our fingers. So instead of it being straight, we've now got a nice curve on our vase. Okay, and then there's my flowers as well. Okay, I'll just pop those back. Don't know where they are. Now, ahead of time, I've cut out the sprigs in gold foil. So we've got these sprigs in gold foil. Just let me check. Yes, that's the front. And I'm just going to position this. So we've got these two going off like this. So something like that. We're going to have them. So just put that a little lower down. Something like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue that in position now. So glue the leaves, and it's just going to go quite near the top, just tilting to the right slightly. Okay, I'm just going to hold that for a second or two to make that there, and then again I'm just going to put some glue dotted on here, and then that is going to go a little lower over there. It's going to overlap but be lower than my leaves. So hold that a second or two to actually fix down on there. Go on, put a bit more glue on it. Okay, it wants to spring up and I want it to keep down, so just have to weigh it down, seeing if there's something I can just put on it while I'm doing that. Okay, right, now what you want to do is actually get your minis. It might fit all right. I'll try it with the big dimensionals. Now what you want to do is, instead of putting them all over, we just want to concentrate on putting this totally in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to put one at the bottom there and one a little bit higher up, but it's got to be in the middle because we are allowing this to curve. Okay, and then I'll just remove this, and now we're going to position this so that we have got it quite close to the bottom, even side, and your vase will round to your DSP, so it'll be flat there but it will be raised in the centre to give it that lovely 3D effect. I'm then going to pop my mini dimensionals. I think we'll try mini on this, and I'm going to put them on each of the flower back. So just going to have them each on the middle of the flowers. Okay, so that's each on the middle of the flowers, and then just take the back off there, and then I'm just going to position them so it slightly goes underneath. So we're going to go, that'll be fine. So it's just slightly going underneath our vase. So I'm going to have it like that. And then I told you about my dots that I make. So these are great because they are flat, but add something to my flower. So I'm just going to get 3 of my glitter dots. Oh, go on. I have to slide it off, pick them up and pop them into the centre of my flower. That's 1. That's 2. And then we'll have a 3rd one. Just slide the back off. And that's going to go on there. Okay, so that's what it looks like on the outside. Our lovely chocolate on the in. side. You could put another piece of DSP on the inside to just finish it off that little bit more. In fact, you could put it on both the top and the bottom if you wanted, and also down the side, or you could actually just write a note in there. So we're going to fasten that up again, and just tie the bow. Oops, bit tricky. Now I think actually I want to tie it the other way round so that the tails go more at the bottom. So sometimes tying it upside down forces them down, sometimes it forces them up. And today, because I want them down, they've gone up. Or fingers and thumbs. Oh, where are we? Start again. Better I can see my ribbon this time. So let's have adjust it now. Oops. Make it a little bit smaller. See if I can make it tighter. That's better. That's coming now. There we go, like that. Okay, I've applied my scissors now. And then you're just going to cut that off either side. There we go. So that's the side of it, and there's the front. Now you could do a little label to do just for you, or thank you on there, so we could stick that on there. I think there is a nice thank you in the Boho Indigo. It could also go at the top. So let's have a look. I want a bit of cream card, I think. So let's just have a look what I've done with my block. Now, did I clean that? I think I did. I just popped that on there in case I didn't. Whoops. Let's just relax that and let that go on there. And I'm just going to get a tiny bit of cream card. I like to use my scraps for things like this, so I'm just going to look for a scrap and bring back in my early espresso, ink up my thank you, and I'm going to get my stamp and pierce mat this time. And I think I'm going to go along there. Thank you. That's beautiful. Right, I'm just going to put my lid on my ink and I'll put that there to clean. And then I'm going to use my trusted, don't know whether it's called Everyday Label or something like that it's called, and this is a brilliant one for actual little messages. I'm just going to get a post-it note to hold that in position now. I've made it smaller, so just going to get a post-it note on there. Which side is it? Yeah, that's the sticky side. So I'm just going to get that to be able to slot in there, hopefully. And I'm going to make it smaller, so I'm going to take it out there, come back a little bit. And then I'm going to pop back in this way and put it again. So that makes it. Now this unfortunately is retiring, and again there's nothing that they've brought in that is the same as it. So if you like it, because I do use mine a lot, I think I'm going to get some mini dimensionals on it to put on the back. It's something again that I will continue to use because it's so handy having these little punchers. It's great for the locking mechanism if you've seen me use. So it is a very good one to have. I'm gonna stick it on there actually, I think. I might stick it there. Cute. There we go. So I've decided it's going to go there. So I think that's a really lovely gift that, as I say, can be a teacher's gift, can be for a friend. It's just a lovely little chocolate book, well presented, and of course you've got the lovely chocolate inside. Now the chocolate is a Aldi chocolate, so you can buy them as a set of 4 in the box. So it really nice treat. Tastes nice, really nice. It's got a lovely flavour, particularly if you like things like Jaffa cake. It tastes a bit like that. So, but that is the size of it. So thank you very much for watching me today. If, as I say, if you see anything that you like and you haven't got a demonstrator, please message me because I haven't done a new hostess code yet. But if you're wanting to buy before the 3rd of May, I will have done one soon. But I just wanted to hang on until we got in May before I did another one, another hostess code. So if you, as I say, haven't got a demonstrator and you like the products and would like to buy through me, you always get a thank you gift. If you use the hostess code, you will get even more because I can share out the hostess rewards with you. If you're watching on my YouTube channel, please subscribe and press the notification bell so you'll know when I upload videos. There will be a link if you want to shop with me on my Facebook business page. My YouTube channel will have the link in my description box. If you're watching from Facebook, you will see the link in my business page back there. So thank you very much. Do appreciate that you've watched. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you tomorrow with more crafty goodies. Thank you. Bye.